Hey guys, I'm back here with the ASUS Pro-WS-W680-ACE motherboard, and I'm trying to update the Intel ME firmware. And originally, when I tried to do this, uh, it didn't work. I'm running Proxmox on the motherboard, and in order for you to update it, you need Windows. Well, long story short, what I tried was booting the Windows 11 ISO, try to kick off the Intel ME driver or firmware updater tool. That didn't work. It didn't work because the driver for the Intel ME wasn't loaded. And so then I attempted it with Hiresn Boot CD. When I tried it with that, I had the same problem. And so after consulting with a bit of my Google Fu, I discovered that I could essentially download the chipset um, driver itself first from essentially from ASUS, and then what you would do is you would extract it, and when you extract it, you can you load the system up with Hiren's Boot CD again. I then had a copy of the chipset driver, and I went into um, device manager, and within the device manager there was a other device that I have since fixed now. But essentially, what I did was there was this other device under system devices, and it's called the let me see the name. I think it's that one. Let me get you the exact name. PCI Simple Communications Controller. So it's not here because it when I install I think it's this one here, this Intel Management Engine Interface. And let me actually see if it tells me where the driver is. Doesn't. But this is the driver details. Yeah, I think this is the one. Um, so you right click it, click update driver, then you browse for it. Yeah. So this is where I had it in this folder. And then you click next, and then it gets installed. Once this is installed, then what I did was I have the Intel ME update tool here unpacked, and I went into the firmware folder, ran this. Um, there's this version 64 bat file. When you run this file, what it does is it generates these two files here. Originally, when I ran this before without the driver installed or loaded, it would give me like an access denied or an error message. When I open it up now with Notepad, I can actually see a firmware version. Before that was actually giving me an error. So I think, yeah, we are making progress. Now, there is a way that you can kick off the ME firmware update process without using the there's this executable file here. This doesn't work, even though I'm running this as administrator. This command prompt, it still doesn't work. But per some information I found, if you go in here, there is another binary. It's one of these. And then what you do is supposedly you run this and you say F. Yeah, there we go. And it's running. So now we just have to wait. I'll be sure to document the full process in the video description to make it a bit clearer on what needs to happen. But in summary, you download the chipset driver from ASUS. The one that you specifically want is this one here, the big one. You can put it on a USB drive. You want that, and you also want the Intel ME um, Intel ME, which is probably here. Wireless chipset audio. Nope. Yeah, it's in firmware. Go to firmware into Intel ME update tool. You want to download that too. Put that there'll be zip files. You'll unpack them, put them on your USB drive. Obviously, you connect it to the motherboard. Boot up into Hiresn Boot CD, like I did, via IPMI, and then you just load the ISO, and then you can update it. So now I should be able to, since the firmware has been updated successfully, and reboot will run with the new firmware. So we'll confirm that here in a minute. But download the two things I mentioned, put them on a USB, boot up Hiresn Boot CD, install the driver via device manager. Then you can go ahead and to confirm that the driver is working as expected, you run the bat file that I mentioned earlier, this one right here, and that one will create the version firmware and the version files. If you see the version like I saw earlier, that means it works, because it can actually communicate with the device and detect that the version, right? Look it up, and then you can kick off the firmware update, right? So I'm going to go ahead and restart. Right, and then stop that. All right, I can hear the servers restarting now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the BIOS first. Right. Let's see. 16.138. 138, 2676. 2676. Yeah, got it working. Perfect. That's all I had to do. Make sure that the driver was included as part of the Windows, Hiresn Boot CD. All right. So now that that's good, what I want to do is just do it straight up. to reboot it, make sure it goes into Proxmox. And if it does, then we're good. The BIOS was already completed in a prior video with the IPMI expansion card firmware. And ME the ME Intel ME firmware was the essentially the next thing that I needed to complete and got it done. All I gotta do is just confirm that I can boot into the Proxmox. Call it a day. Yeah, this is good. All right. So 78.80.6, 192.168.2.78.80.6. Yes. Oh, not 79, 78. All right, we are in. Everything looks good. Yep, everything is looking good. All right, that's all I have for you. Thanks, guys. Take care.